What's going on, everybody? Chip Hardbody here. On my way to play some racquetball in the freezing fucking cold. And I would be riding with my friend, except I have my anniversary today with my wife, so I gotta leave early from racquetball. So that's why I'm riding in the cold to go play racquetball with my buddies, because I'm dedicated to playing racquetball with my buddies, but I'm also dedicated to spending time with my wife, like every hard body should be. So, if you've ever wondered, ladies, if there are any ladies watching this, probably not, maybe Tank Girl, but I'm sure she's not wondered this. Is Chip Hardbody a good husband, good marriage material? The answer is, of course, yes. Oh, fuck yeah. Apologize for the heavy breathing. Apparently this GoPro mic adapter thingy that I have attached to my GoPro picks up the slightest bit of out of breathiness. And what the fuck is wrong with this light? What the hell? Okay, why can't I? What is going on? You gonna pull up there, bro? Fuck it, I'm going. I don't care. It went through 2 cycles. It went through 2 cycles without changing, so I'm going. I gots to go. Gots to go. Gots to go. On the highway in rush hour traffic, but I don't have a choice because I'm going to racquetball really far away. Yahoo! Okay, I'm gonna stop doing stupid fucking songs now and concentrate on the road. Yeah, you better not fucking get over yet, bitch. Oh man, actually I haven't been on the highway in a little while. Alright, here we go, cruising speed. Oh, that actually doesn't feel too bad out here. I thought it was going to be a lot fucking colder. Well, it actually doesn't feel too bad. So, here we go. Alright. Last, let's see, vlog before last, I believe it was. Chip talked about when he was a kid, about his sisters and all the crazy shit we used to do to each other and how bizarre some of it was. And I mentioned a story and some of you expressed interest in hearing the story, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell it now. This story makes me look like the ultimate jackass, but keep in mind I was 8 years old at the time. Just want to reiterate that. I was 8, did not know shit about shit. So here we go. When I was 8 years old, my family used to visit a family friend that lived in a very, very rural area. This area was known as Blaine, Kentucky. Look it up. It's a very, very, very small place. The fire department had 2 people. 2. If that tells you anything. It had 2 convenience stores, one of which burnt down and they never rebuilt it because they just were like, fuck it, we got the other one. And so yeah, it's very hole-in-the-wall, shitty little tiny town. And that's where our church was, and that's where this family friend lived. So we would regularly go visit this lady, and she lived back up what we call a holler. If you don't know what a holler is, it's basically an old gravel road that is surrounded by trees, and it's kind of out, you know, in the back, where nobody ever thinks to look if you go missing, that kind of place. Now check this shit. I wanted to make this point just real quick. 63 miles an hour right now, and I'm having absolutely no problem speeding up a little to overtake this car with this blinker on because it doesn't know what the fuck it's doing. No problems. No problems. So fuck all of you who say the 250 doesn't have enough power on the highway. You don't know what you're talking about unless you're going way too fucking fast. But anyway, back to my story. So we would go visit this lady, and she lived up the holler, and there the road that she lived on, it was cut out of a hill, of a mountain-ish kind of place. So you had cliff on one side, road, cliff on the other. And when you were going down this road, you looked at the cliff face. It was full of rocks that you could just pull out of the face of the cliff wall, the bank, I guess I should call it, since it was technically what it was. It was full of rocks that you could pull out, and so my sister and I, got the bright idea that we wanted to build a cave from this, pulling rocks out of the wall and making holes big enough for us to hide in. So we started pulling rocks out of this wall. I mean, we were kids, we didn't understand how, you know, caves actually fucking work. So we started pulling rocks out of the wall, and I grabbed a particularly large rock and started yanking on it, and I yanked it on it as I finally got the rock pulled out of the wall, and I felt so proud of my accomplishment. And then I felt even prouder when one of my sisters says, "Oh look, there's a baby lizard in there." Oh, I love lizards. Lizards are awesome. So I look back in, and I got my face right fucking next to this hole, and sure enough, I see a forked tongue just flicking in and out. That's all I could see. And so I was like, sweet, I found a lizard, and a cave, a lizard cave. I didn't know what the fuck it was. So I was like, sweet, this is awesome. So I keep digging a little, which in retrospect, I should be dead. From the way the story goes, I ought to be fucking dead. So I start digging with my bare hands around this quote-unquote lizard, and upon further investigation of said lizard, I realize it's not a lizard, it's a snake. I didn't know what different kinds of snakes look like, so I was just like, oh cool, I like snakes too. Snakes are awesome. They'll scare my sisters. That's awesome. Yay. And then I noticed that this particular snake seemed a little upset. It was hissing and kind of swaying back and forth. I wonder if it's hungry. That's how fucking stupid I was. It's like, I wonder if the snake whose home I just fucking wrecked is hungry. So I ran inside. I was like, don't touch it, to my sisters. And I ran inside, and the only thing I could think of was, well, I like cookies. And so I bet snakes like cookies too. I don't know where the fuck this logical leap came from, but that was where my brain went. It immediately went from, I like cookies, snakes must like cookies. I promise you, I'm a fairly intelligent person. I was not thinking clearly at this age, obviously. So I grab a vanilla cookie, you know, the kind where it's like white on the sides and it has the white cream frosting in the middle. Yeah, one of those just cheap ass cookies. So I took it outside and I threw it into the cave where the snake was, because I knew enough about snakes to know that some of them were venomous. I'm gonna use the correct term here, venomous. But I didn't know which ones, and I didn't want to take a chance because I at least possessed that much intelligence at this point. I kind of calmed down from the initial euphoria of finding a fucking snake. And so as I threw this cookie in, I noticed more movement behind the bigger snake. And I noticed, and if any of you know anything about snakes, then you'll know exactly, you'll now appreciate exactly how dangerous my predicament was when I saw baby snakes, little baby snakes, little hatchlings, no bigger than a worm that you'd find on the street. I mean, they were tiny. And they were adorable. And I was so happy. I was like, oh, little babies! Oh my God, that's so cool! I wonder if they're hungry. And so I kept looking, kept watching the snake, and it just followed my every movement of my head, just back and forth. just weaving back and forth. Again, it's a wonder I'm not dead. Seriously. Especially when I tell you what kind of snake this was. So, I'm going to try to wrap it up quickly. So, I thought, oh, well, it's not eating that cookie. I wonder if it doesn't like vanilla. Maybe it likes chocolate. So I went back inside and grabbed a chocolate cookie. And by this time, my mother had started to grow a little bit suspicious since we were being far too quiet. And she was like, what are you doing out there? And I did not tell her. But my sister had come in with me. And of course, fucking Blabbermouth was like, oh, Chip found a snake. And my mom's like, what? I said, yeah, and it's got babies. Where is it? It's in the hill. What? So my mom runs faster than I've ever seen that woman move. My mother is not a small lady by any stretch of the imagination. So watching her run is a sight in and of itself. And she fucking booked it out of there. And she ran to where I was trying to feed this snake. And she called up further up the holler and got one of the old men to come down, and he brought an axe handle down with him, and he pulled the snake out of the hole and he fucking killed it, which traumatized the shit out of me, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, just fucking bashed its head in, and he killed all the babies as well. And it was horrible to watch. And I don't know why my mother let me watch it, except maybe as a don't fucking do that again, you idiot type of lesson. But he then turns to me and he goes, do you know how lucky you are? I'm like, no. He goes, that snake was curled up, coiled up, and ready to kill you. He's like, how close did you get to that thing? I was like, I showed him, I got about a foot away. And he's like, you are lucky you are not dead. And I was like, why? What kind is it? He goes, that's a copperhead, boy. So I tried to feed a copperhead, a mother copperhead, and her babies vanilla and chocolate cookies when I was 8 years old, and almost died in the process. So that's my snake story. And yeah, ever since then, my wife loves that story. I cringe when I think about it, obviously, because I think about how easily I could have died. And where this place was, Blaine, Kentucky, there's no hospital anywhere close. Like, the closest hospital is at least 40 minutes away. So I would have been dead by the time anybody got there to save my ass. I mean, I was 8 years old, and I was facing down a mother copperhead and probably about 4 or 5 baby ones. And the baby ones, I don't know exactly how old they were, but if they were old enough, they could have been more dangerous than the mother. So, yeah, extremely lucky that Chip Hardbody is still around to tell that story and let you bask in the glow of my incredible young stupidity. So that's all that's about the snake story. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, let me know. Like, subscribe, share, all that good bullshit. You know what to do. And this is Chip Hardbody saying, I hope you guys are having a real nice fucking day. And I will catch you next time. Peace.